Ty here. Welcome to Big Money Bets, where we help you with sports betting each and every day. On today's episode, I'm going to break down the NBA slate and give you my thoughts on each game and the side I'm choosing to lay my money with. On today's slate, we have 8 games on the board. Let's sweep the bus and take Vegas down. Let's go! I apologize for not uploading yesterday. I went away for a little turkey vacation. Ended up leaving my equipment at my house. Um, I received tweets and text messages like, "Yo, what's up with today's slate?" That's my fault. I packed up my equipment, but I ended up leaving it at the house. Um, but today's a new day. We're moving forward. Let's make some money this weekend by kicking Vegas in the butt, and let's get straight to it. First game up, we have Boston Celtics 7-point home dogs versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's take a look at the injury report for the Celtics. Derek White is probable. Brown and Katie listed as questionable. Ray Tatum's out for the season. And for the T-Wolves, they're fully healthy. Boston wins the 2 straight after the Brooklyn Nets cooked their Bucks at home. They put together back-to-back good wins. They shot the lights out versus their last game versus the Detroit Pistons. As you guys know, I have my money on the Detroit Pistons, and they just could not keep up with Boston 3-point shooting. They was hitting it from everywhere, every direction. It was crazy to see. Best game of the year so far, and to further notice. And for the T-Wolves, man, they're slipping, losing 3 games straight. They have a shot at winning this game versus Boston, but if they're going to win, it's not going to be by 7 or more. I highly doubt it. Make sure you guys keep a eye on our injury report. If Brown plays, I'm all over Boston +7. If he doesn't, Boston still may keep it close, but it'll be a really close call. But if Brown plays, the play is Boston +7. Next game up, we have Toronto Raptors, now point road favorite versus the Charlotte Hornets. Let's take a look at the injury report. Charlotte Hornets on a back-to-back. I expect LaMelo Ball and Brendan Miller both to sit out this one. Be careful with their young stars, as they like to get injured a lot, as we all know. And for the Raptors, RJ Barrett is out. Hornets coming off a rare win versus the Chicago Bulls. I can't figure this Hornets team out. They should be a lot better than what they are. So much young talent, just can't put it together. And this Raptors, 1 game behind Detroit Pistons for the first place in the East. No one's seen that coming. Raptors wins a 4-game straight. I expect them to keep the momentum going and make it 5 games straight. So give me Raptors. I'm going to lay that 9 on the road. Next game up, we have Chicago Bulls, 4-point road favorite versus the Indiana Pacers. Both teams are on a back-to-back. Let's take a look at the injury report. For the Bulls, Okoro, Terry, Kobe White, all listed as questionable. Zach Collins listed as out. For the Pacers, Nembhard listed as questionable. Neesmith, Obi Toppin, Jam, Jones, and Jackson all listed out for the Pacers. This Bulls team started off hot, since then tailed off to be one of the worst teams in the NBA, coming off a loss versus the Charlotte Hornets, and Pacers coming off a win versus the Washington Wizards. I expect the Pacers to keep this one close and competitive. Pacers still got a nice, decent talent on the roster, even without Tyrese. They're not going to just come and push the Pacers around. So give me the Pacers. I'm going to lay the +4 with the home dog Pacers. Miami Heat, 4-point favorite at home versus Detroit Pistons. Pistons on a back-to-back. Let's take a look at the injury report. Pistons, Jaden Ivey, questionable. Sasser listed as out. For the Miami Heat, Powell and Wiggins listed as probable. Jamin Jaquez, questionable. And Terry, I'm going to bet if my life depends on it, Rozier is still out, still in prison. For this one, I'm going to lay the 4 points with the Heat. Pistons coming off of back-to-back losses. That Boston loss showed teams how to beat the Pistons. They can't shoot. They're designed to play bully ball, not finesse. And Boston came out there and they finessed them. Got them up out of here. And then they lost, and then losing to the Orlando Magic at home on a back-to-back, going to the tough Miami, which is already a tough place to play. I can't do it. Not on a back-to-back. I definitely can't. Nah, I can't. Give me Miami to cover that 4-point spread. Next game up, we have Milwaukee Bucks 10.5 point home favorite versus the Brooklyn Nets. Both teams are on a back-to-back. Let's take a look at the injury report. Giannis listed as questionable, but he'll say he'll play the second half of the back-to-back. As well as Prince listed as out. And for the Nets, MPJ questionable, Highsmith out, Cam Thomas still out. Bucks coming off a loss to the New York Knicks. Lost by 10. I expect them to return the favor and beat Brooklyn Nets by 10 plus. I'm laying it here with the Bucks. Just Giannis is too much for the Nets. They won't be able to contain them. But make sure Giannis plays. You know, the injury manipulation is real. Make sure Giannis play. Check before tip off. Because if you don't, obviously, I'm going to want the points in my back pocket with the Brooklyn Nets. It will be a more competitive game without Giannis. But if Giannis does play, I'm laying a double digit win at home. Next game up, we have Golden State Warriors, 9-point favorite versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's take a look at the injury report. Golden State Warriors, Curry, Horford, Melton listed as out. Kuminga is questionable. Gary Payne is probable. For the Pelicans, Murphy is questionable. Hawkins, Jones, Murray, and Poole are all listed as out. I'm on the Pelicans, 9 points. It's a little too much to lay without Curry. Might be too much to lay even with Curry. Coming off a home loss to the Rockets without Kevin Durant. All bad for Golden State. They got something to figure out. The Pelican teams, they're not any better. They was up 20, let the Memphis Grizzlies come back and beat them by 4 in overtime. As you guys know, I had the Pelicans plus 3.5, and that was a little disappointment to see. Especially being up by 10 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. But we're moving on a new game. Keep an eye. Make sure that Trey Murphy plays. If he does, I got Pelicans 9-point dogs on the road as a lock. Next game up, we have Phoenix Suns 3.5 home dog versus the Denver Nuggets. Both teams are on the back-to-back. Let's take a look at the injury report. It's all back-to-back today. All right, guys. Make sure you check the injury report. Christian Braun and Eric Gordon listed as out for the Denver Nuggets. Allen, Dunn, Goodwin, Livers are all listed as questionable, and Jalen Green is still nursing his injury and listed as out. Both teams coming off a loss. Denver losing at home to the Spurs without Wemby. Tough. And Suns losing to OKC, kept it close, only lost by 4. The Suns team, man, competing with everybody. Despite losing KD this offseason, they're competing with everybody. With that being said, I'm one of the Suns home dogs. Let me get that 3.5 in my back pocket with the Phoenix Suns. Last game of the day, we have Los Angeles Clippers, 8-point favorite at home versus the Dallas Mavs. And once again, both teams are on the back-to-back. Keep an eye on the injury report. Let's take a look at the injury report for the Mavs. Davis, Kyrie, and Lively are all listed as out. For the Clippers, Bogdanovich listed as questionable. Jordan Miller and Jones listed as out. We'll see if Kawhi Leonard plays. Right now, it's looking like he will. But I highly doubt it, but we're going to see. With that being said, I'm on the Mavs. All right. They've been playing a little better as of today. But I'm also just not laying 8 points with the Clippers. I don't care who they're playing. I'm not laying 8 points with the Clippers. They look horrible all year. They need more talent on that team. Everyone is old. It looks like a nursing home at this point. They just lost to the Grizzlies at home without Ja Morant. Memphis low-key been balling without Ja Morant, so don't get it twisted. But still, it's still a bad loss. I just can't trust the Clippers to win by 8. They should be able to pick up the win versus Dallas Mavs. But Mavs will keep this game close. If not, they might win it outright. But I'm going to take that 8 points in my back pocket with the Dallas Mavs. And there you have it, guys. Let's make some money this Saturday. Like and comment your favorite spread of the day. And like always, smash that subscribe button. Peace.